Hey, what's up guys? Sean here, back with another video. Today I have come out to Palestine Lake to spend just a little bit of time for me and do a little fishing, see if we can catch anything. And I got a little something cool that I want to show you. Let's get it. So for the past month, things have just been hectic and crazy for Sarah and I. It just seems like it's been one thing after another. You know, we had the hurricane come through. It's been brutally hot. And then on top of everything else, my Nissan Titan gave up the ghost. So that's been a tough thing too. Sarah and I have been carpooling for over a week, and we had a tough time trying to figure out what we were going to do. Ultimately, I decided to just purchase another vehicle. I decided to purchase something that I've been wanting for a while, and something that I think is going to be good for the channel. And let's go over here and check this thing out. Alright guys, so here you have it. We purchased a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now the reason I did that, it's actually there's a couple of reasons I did that. So one being, it's four-wheel drive. This is going to help us get back into the forest without worrying so much about getting stuck in the sand, you know, problems we've had in the past. Number two, this has the 4.0 inline six-cylinder. I've owned a few of these. I can work on this motor. I know how to deal with this, and I kind of know what to expect. Now number three, this is going to be a multi-purpose vehicle. So this will be my everyday driver, my work rig. As you can see, I've got my tools for work in here. But also, this is going to be a great vehicle for us to use for the channel. And it is nice and big back there. So if we want to take this thing and actually do some camping out of it, or camping in it, it's got plenty of room for storage. And it's got plenty of room that we could actually put I think it's a full-size mattress that will fit in here easily. So I'm really happy about this thing, and I think it's going to be good for the channel. Now obviously there's going to have to be some upgrades made to this Jeep, and I knew that was going to happen. For one thing, the tires, I will definitely be upgrading the tires to something a little more aggressive, something a little bit bigger, which means we'll probably have to put a little lift on this thing. That being the case, you know, I'll have a few projects to do. I'm not going to turn this into a Jeep build channel. Obviously, I'm not going to be rock crawling. I'm not going to be really mudding this Jeep or anything like that. It's got to be my daily driver. This is just going to be a get us back in the forest kind of deal, like I told you. So I won't be doing like Jeep builds on here, but I'll keep you updated on what we do. Now that being said, I know I said I wasn't going to mud the Jeep. The road coming in here this morning had a few good sized mud puddles, and I've already had to go through it. And the Jeep with just the stock tires on it, it was perfectly fine. It didn't do, you know, wasn't a problem at all. Now it wasn't super deep mud or anything, which would have been a problem, but it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a Jeep. It's four-wheel drive. That's what it's made to do. But you know, there are a few other things that I want to do to it. I'm going to put a winch on it, you know, stuff for self-recovery. But I don't plan on going out and, you know, mudding it and things like that. So, but that's really not what this video is about. I did want to show you that this video is really about getting out here, spending a little time for me, relaxing and kind of decompressing after this last month of craziness, and throwing a hook in this water and see if we can catch anything. Now I did stop by the Spires and grab a lunch plate because I had thought about maybe cooking something while we were out here, but it's just too hot. It's I think the heat index today is supposed to be like 108, and I didn't want to get out here and build a fire and cook anything. So I stopped, got some bait, and got a lunch plate. So we are going to do some relaxing. I actually do have to work this evening. But that's okay. We're going to spend some time out here by the lake and just genuinely relax for a little while. Now it's time to get some bait on the hook, see if we can catch a fish. Oh, I'm missing something. Had to go get my knife. This has really, my neck knife has really turned into my fishing knife. I love to have this thing here, so when I need to cut a piece of string, it's easy to cut. Just lock it back in. There it is. So I think I'm gonna set up 2 poles today. I've got my regular fishing pole, and I'm gonna set it up for bass. And then I brought my little Tenkara rod, but I may use it as more of a cane pole today. We'll see how that goes, because it's really not made to be used that way, because it's not really that strong a tip on it. But we're going to use it that way and just see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't destroy my Tenkara rod. Tenkara fishermen are probably going to lose their mind. So for those of you who don't know what a Tenkara rod is, a Tenkara rod is just simply, it's very much like just a collapsible cane pole, but it's got the really fine tip on it, and it hooks together just kind of like a fly line, and it's used as sort of a fly line cane pole. That's kind of how I would describe it anyway. It's really fun. It's, you know, fun to play with. Problem out here that's going to happen, I think, is it's so windy. I don't know if it's going to work, but you actually use little flies or popping bugs with it. So before I change this out, I may just pop this thing around a little bit and see if I can get it somewhere that it's going to work. I really don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe over by the grass over here, but we'll try this thing out a little bit, and if it doesn't work, I'll just put a hook on it and a worm, or a I got these red wigglers, or the big red worms, and I also got a pack of mealworms. So if the little popping bug doesn't work out, those mealworms or a red worm should help me at least catch something. Okay, so I've got it hooked up. I've got a bobber on there, got a couple sinkers on there, and I decided to go with a mealworm to start with. Now, I understand, guys, Tenkara rods are not meant to be used this way, but this is the way we're going to use it today and see if it actually works. So don't start blasting me and saying you're doing it wrong, you don't know how to use it. I know how to use it, I'm just not using it correctly today. It is what it is. That's what it is. So let's go see if we can catch a fish on it like this, though. Did bring me a chair too. Heck yeah. Well, we'll just let it soak, see what happens. Well, this is a beautiful little spot here, and I definitely would like to come back here and possibly even set the hammock up, but right now there's nothing doing as far as fish biting or anything. So I think that we're gonna pack this thing up and go find us some little creeks or something to try to fish in and see if we can get a bite on anything. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I was just kind of cruising through the Osceola National Forest, and I was watching the GPS, and I found this little borrow pit here. It doesn't really look like it doesn't really look like people come to it a lot. So I want to get out here and throw that rubber worm around and see if I can catch me a bass. Now the only real problem is that there isn't a bit of shade out here anywhere around this little pond, so it's going to be super bright. I don't know if I can get anything to bite out here, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. I'm going to have to be real careful for snakes out here also, because this grass is really tall. Okay, so I decided to switch up just a little bit, and I've got this white paddle tail on here. See if this thing will do anything. I see a lot of action out there on the water, so I don't know, maybe we'll see. I've also got to be real careful for alligators, because this Florida, any body of water is going to have alligator in it. We're going to take it easy and kind of walk around this pond, see if we can find some other fish, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm super careful that there's no snakes right here where I'm going to be standing. I can't imagine that there's not a bass right there on the edge of that water, or on the edge of that grass. Boy, it is some kind of hot out here. I just seen something roll right there. I haven't had any luck, which is not the end of the world, you know. I kind of just wanted to get out today and come do some fishing and stuff like that, and I've had a great time doing that. I haven't caught anything, which would definitely make it better, but again, it's not the end of the world if I don't catch anything. It's just the idea of being out here. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that I bought that Jeep, I wouldn't be here. I crossed some little muddy spots that I wouldn't have tried in my truck or in Sarah's car. And so in my mind, that Jeep is already getting us places that we wouldn't have gone to before. Now, this is a cool little spot here, and it might make a neat place to camp, but it's really just not my kind of camping site. But it is a neat place to come in here and do some fishing, and I would like to bring the kayak back and put the kayak in here and maybe fish around the edge of it like that, because I think I'd have better luck if I was fishing from the water back towards the bank. You know, that's kind of how it goes. So, but it's getting super hot, and there ain't no shade out here, so I think I'm gonna go find some shade and eat me some lunch and get me a cold drink. Whew, I'm telling you, it's hot. I got this cool little sunroof to help this hot air get out of here for a minute. I'm really enjoying this thing. I think I'm gonna go find me somewhere in the shade, like I said, though. Drink this bottle of water and eat me a little something. I know you're thinking, like, why is this fool riding around with his top open and his windows down? Why is he not running his air conditioner? Well, I don't really like to use my air conditioner. I prefer to ride with my windows down. That's just how I always do it. fried chicken for lunch. So driving around here trying to find a spot to set up and eat lunch, I actually came back across a little clay pit that Greg and I found one time riding around here. Now there are brim all over this thing that I see right here, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and take my spinning reel and just put a worm and a sinker on it and toss that thing out as far as I can get it, and see if I can catch something out there. And then I'll put a hook back on my or I'll fix my little Tenkara rod and put a hook back on it and see if I can catch some of these smaller ones up here. That'll be fun. At least maybe we'll catch something today. Well, I can't take my rubber worm and everything off my fishing pole until I try the edge of that grass over there. So we'll try that first, and if that doesn't work, we'll try to catch us one of these little ones. Maybe we won't get skunked today at least. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got him. Got him. No skunk today, baby. Got him. He ain't no giant, but we ain't got skunked anyhow. Well, there he goes. Cool, we got one on. Alright, I have switched back out for a little rubber worm, or for a little live worm, I mean. And I'm gonna just cast it out here and see what I can get. Who knows, I might catch something. Well, I caught a little bitty one on the Tenkara. Now I'm just hoping I can get this hook back. Without killing the little fella. I think I can. It ain't that far down in there. Yep, we got him. He's good to go. Holy mackerel, that is a giant bass. Man. I know you guys can't see that. Holy crap. So there's a big boy in there. There is definitely a big boy in there. If you guys can see him, I'll see if I can find him again for you. Dang it, man, he is huge too. Where did he go? Man, I don't see him anymore. He was huge. Well, they look huge underwater anyway, you know how that goes. But he was definitely bigger than the one I caught earlier, for sure. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to hook that guy with my Tenkara rod. He'd break this thing in 1,000 pieces. They're just too small. Alright fish, here comes a free buffet. No hooks included. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this week's video. I know it wasn't anything spectacular, but for me it was a great day. Any day that you can get out in the woods, do a little fishing or hiking or something like that, in my opinion, is a good day no matter how you slice it. So I appreciate you guys coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.